much in front of you here.
My mind goes to how Fnatic really needs to show us what they've got. You know, coming out of last year, they're looking really good, and then the kickoff, they're falling really flat. Heretics looked really good during kickoff, and arguably, even though 0-2 in Madrid, like you said, difficult opponent. So
yeah.
Starting off here with the Harbor on defense.
Yeah, let's have a little look, see how that works out. Again, seeing creativity with Fnatic, though, is a tick in the box, right? Like, any adjustments in that regard are generally a good indicator that they've been hard at work. Because, again, kickoff was lackluster. They didn't look like they'd recreated or come up with too much, you know, to bring to the forefront. So already seeing a little adjustment here certainly is at least leaning in the right direction. Whether or not they stick the landing is, you know, yet to be seen. Chronicle with the first, though, going to find Fnatic. Looks like the plant's going to be coming in.
Spike planted.
Durka. I have to respect that for a second. How do they disrupt some of these players? Already Durka going to step forward, and again, one of the players to watch. See if he can activate in this. I think Bone Cold said it well. One bad game and people were all over him, but Mini Boo going to claim the title for now. And actually, Heretics really digging their heels in here. It's down to Boaster and Alpha to try and disrupt those final two players, but the time is going to become a factor, and they've got to get going on this, at least get it towards half. Looks like Boaster's going to be able to achieve that. Alpha on some sort of defending duty, but now Benji, beautiful shot from him. Alpha goes down. Heretics with a good start.
Interesting round, actually. We're seeing like the OG Sage meta Icebox coming in, but with a combination of the Gecko getting the plant. So the Sages, any Sages out there that know all about planting on Icebox, just putting up the wall, planting, and then dying right after you plant. Now that's kind of taken out of the equation. You got the Gecko to go in, get the wingman on it. So, but I mean, what we're gonna have to see from Fnatic a lot is them giving up a lot of space and going for those retakes with the Harbor on defense after going for maybe a little bit of an oppressive opening.
See if they can identify that early enough. You'll imagine they would.
Back to me.
I see Rien's here as well. I think a lot of us impressed with his mechanical capability coming through this. Obviously, Miniboo is your kind of... He'll take a lot of the limelight, but Rien's was someone to watch as well. Trying to close the gap here. Again, Fnatic may as well attempt something. It is going to be Sheriff's Classics, but Patatech lapping up these kills. This Durka could be waiting as well for an opportunity, but none really being presented. Heretics with a nice read here, holding this default as long as they can. And Patatech not really dissuaded from this either.
Yeah, we're just watching this round develop a little bit here. Obviously, Team Heretics saw all the aggression from Fnatic over towards B, so they're choosing to go over into a free A site. Taking their time, though. They don't want to run into any traps in case there's a player up close here. Make sure they're all grouped up.
And again, something we complimented Heretics for during that lead up to Madrid, and of course in Madrid, even in their losses, they still looked very solid. Fundamentals are very, very good. They don't really make obvious mistakes here. And again, keeping 5 standing is perfect for them. That late held default, that slow lean towards A, still giving them enough time again though. Let's see if anything can be made from this one. Durka looking for a connection. It's going to be Boo to be potentially isolated on the site, but again, I don't know if they can really pry him out. Heretics waiting to punish if anyone steps too far as Durka does fall. Down to Leo and Alpha. Not really finding much play into this so far. Old beginnings here. Leo, nicely done. There's only a Sheriff though, so the rifle's going to be maintained in hand here. I doubt they're going to risk too much beyond that.
No, not at all. Obviously, getting away here, keeping all the guns up is going to be really good. Start for Team Heretics. If Alpha can't get anyone here. But yeah, I mean, Heretics looking really good. Even in Madrid, like we touched on, 0-2 is the scoreline. But if you actually look at the actual matches and you look at it on a micro scale, they looked really good. They had huge round leads that came down to really narrow margins where they narrowly lost. So, I mean, if they're able to keep up the form that they had during kickoff, where they went all the way to the grand finals, lost 3-1 to KC, and then had these narrow 1-2 losses against Sentinels and PRX.
That's very respectable, isn't it?
That's very respectable. So as long as they're able to maintain that form, that's going to be good. It's up to Fnatic to show, have you guys figured out what went wrong during kickoff? Are you going to regain your former glory? Or are you just going to, you know, fall flat again?
Yeah, and looking like Durka does want to try and be one of those instigators early on, maybe get himself on that server, feeling out the game a little. We need to see a confident performance from him.
Dizzy has targets.
There's my buddy.
Already going to note the players early enough. Knowing that someone's posturing towards B long, maybe pushed a little deeper, but Heretics seem very well prepared for this and happy to hold these late stage defaults. Again, Durka is going to be checked on here, going to be noted, won't get away with too much. Nice shot though. Finds Patatech and gets out. That's a man advantage they don't have to do anymore.
Great read there as well. As soon as he got spotted, he popped his dash. He activated it knowing that he was going to get swung from the garage and then was able to get out in time. Very good awareness there.
Yeah, comfortable stuff, and again, with the man to the good and this late stage default, they don't need to be in a hurry. As long as Fnatic don't make any huge mistakes or get picked out of nowhere, they should be quite fine. And again, if you look at the versatility we're seeing already from Durka, already on that A side, already hit that rotation. Contact towards B long, yes, got the pick, and then instantly headed over towards that A side. So he's in the right place, potentially at the right time. With 30 seconds left, it looks like Heretics are coming this way. It's not just him though, Chronicle of course here as well. Miniboo looking to try and clear close towards site. Spike should be on the way. Durka's got to be a little cautious there. Wall did drop. Almost a second, 20 seconds here. Benji Fishy actually on guarding duty. Takes down Chronicle, and now that's a problem. That's a great flash in the swing off the back. Now, if you look at the numbers here, 3-3, Miniboo, Boo, and Benji Fishy still standing. They're in a decent enough position. They don't want to completely fall away from this. Oh, Boo! Double dips on it. Benji Fishy by his side, and now it's Leo in a 1v2. Normally good for these, can be such a threat throughout the game, but a difficult position and a better angle for Miniboo. Heretics unafraid in this matchup, Josh.
Yeah, that was a really good turnaround from Team Heretics as well. You know, starting off a man down, we're able to kind of get the reads, what's going on with the setup. They saw Durka towards B, they parted out, they see someone else towards middle, they regroup into A and take that hit. What surprised me the most about that round was actually Fnatic. They got the kill over at B. The Jets able to move all the way from B all the way to A, but still, you know, it's just like one at a time they're going down. Chronicle, then Durka, and it's what's going on here?
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were kind of cohesive in that approach. So it's a bit of a shame to kind of let that drop, right? It could have been a nicer way to play it out. Considering he was in the right place for it, it does feel like a little bit of a missed opportunity. Now you're going to start seeing those ults coming through for Heretics as well. You've already got Rienz with his ready to go. That could be pivotal to how the round plays out. Durka not quite there yet, 2 away. Okay, the knive's out and he's been caught. Miniboo with a very quick check on that. Not falling for any of these tricks. Again, these sort of diligent approaches, we saw this from Heretics before, they're not going to stop doing this. This is going to be clear-cut the way through. We need to see Fnatic be disruptive.
I think Fnatic definitely is trying to be disruptive here, but Team Heretics is just doing a really good job of playing slow and describe Team Heretics, 5-man hits, going in with a thrash as well.
Yeah, this is looking so clean. Nicely utilized ult there, gives them at least the keys to the castle, but they still need to step on through. Panatek with a clear, Leo goes down. They've got to know there's still another player here. Boaster should have been noted earlier on. Plant already securing that, keeping it safe. Heretics have this on lock, not a threat to be found. And Andalusia flawless to boot. Heretics look unfazed by Fnatic.
They're looking really strong and solid right now, and I think this is something that we need to look forward to as well from Team Heretics, is that as soon as they get an ulti online, they're looking to use that too. We see that thrash coming online, and instantly they group up, they make sure that they got their timings, like, okay, now we're gonna hit, and they use that thrash to activate, boom, they go in and they follow it up. This is something that they do so well on their attack side.
Looking at this play out. Again, it was something that you noted in those previous games that you would have liked to see some of those ults used earlier in yesterday's. Just seeing it here so quickly, a very keen example of it. Now, this is a huge round for Fnatic. This is critical. Otherwise, you're sitting at like, what, a 0-5, 0-6. The mental starts to add up here. Durka does have the operator out. We've got Leo one step closer towards the ult as well. Got that snowball round on the way, potentially, but my God, do they need it. As it stands. Again, patient beginnings. Heavier look towards B. No challenge yet from Durka towards us. He's over towards Pipes. He's on the A side of the map. So they're at least going to be able to have this access point towards the B site. Going to be Chronicle here this time, joined by Alpha.
Waiting for the right opportunity, Team Heretics. They're always waiting for this kind of everything to be off cooldown for them to hit on their second interval.
Look at that as well. Chronicle instantly deleted. Alpha, I don't know if he can find a safe enough place to be. Maybe a little worried about middle, but it's not to be worried about as it stands. Already support is on the way. But again, that first pick has happened around the minute marker, 40 seconds still to play with. A little bit of a pause here, but there's no threats on the plant potentially. They've got Wingman to go and get that done. They've got options here. No pick back yet. Leo looking for a pixel out of place, but he's going to find Boo. Spike is down though, 4-4.
And that's the res gone too.
Huge point on this one. See Boaster going to invest that utility, try and give them a launch pad back towards the site. Rien's looking to stall out as well. Hunter's Fury going to come through, noting Leo getting that done earlier on. Durka delivering. It's down to just one. Panatek in a clutch. A 1v3 ain't easy here. Time is on his side, but there's so many bodies against him. That's one, hold on. That could have been a second. They haven't got it to half yet. Boaster did not get this to half. It's okay. It's okay in the end. Dirk is there, rifle in hand, but that got threatening even in those final moments after a big bailout from Durka in that round.
A point on the board finally for Fnatic, but like as you said, the thing is, it's Icebox and you're starting defense. Like, we all know how strong it is for attackers to play this map. So honestly, like looking for as many rounds as you can get is what they're going to look for. And we've also seen Koi run either, I don't know if it's exact same comp or very similar with the Harbor, and they struggled on their defenses as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Fnatic kind of adapts to that. Chronicle has to stop dying early on these hits though.
Yeah, he's been isolated a couple of times now, untradeable as well, just kind of in those uncomfortable positions. One by, I think it was over by Yellow, and we saw that one over towards A as well. We've seen a couple of occurrences happen, but now we get potentially a test of this. We didn't get to see it into effect the last round.
I like this.
That's lovely. Playing together.
They've got the res though. That's why he went in first.
Makes sense. Considering it. That's, you can see if they're going to actually opt for this now. Slow and cautious. They have forced Durka a little bit deeper, but even with 55 HP, more than viable. Wait and see if anyone shows towards Belt.
Somebody's there.
Going to be clearing through a Dizzy. That is Durka now pushed, actually not further away. He's still going to be sticking on this angle. But again, just kind of policing that res.
Around the world he goes.
Here.
They're gonna go for it with the wall. He's gonna wall up the Killjoy as well at the same time as the res goes off.
I mean, Durka reads it like a book. This is beautiful work from him. Finding Benji Fishy, even though they were trying to find levels to this for Heretics, they were trying to protect that res as best they could to keep 5 standing, but Durka is on it this round. 15 HP now. Still alive, still breathing, still providing them so much value. And with 28 seconds, they just don't have access towards this A site. They've got this late presence towards B, but again, this is going to get rough. There's already 3 players waiting for anyone to show. Wingman gets denied, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Spike's at least back in hand here, but can Rienz get the plant instead? Durka closing the gap once again, overwhelmed. Time now going to be the biggest factor. Unable to get a plant. Fnatic finding their footing. Durka looking much better, played into a little this round. They're going to keep that operator in play. They're going to get themselves building momentum here.
And it almost feels like Heretics gave away that, just like one at a time, peeking into the Opper. I think the execution of getting the res off with the Killjoy boosted on the wall was kind of, you know, they could have executed that a little bit better. But I think this is where Heretics has their issues, is that they have really good game plans, and if they're able to execute them, they do really well. But I think it's their mid-round adaptations that are actually the problem right now. We see the Viper just towards B, but unable to get any value, a little bit of hesitation toward pipes. So we need to see better adaptations from these guys for sure.
Time to answer back soon. Benji Fishy, one off the lockdown as well. Gonna have Patitech with the Viper's Pit. On the other side, plenty of ults coming through the Fnatic. They were just on the cusp earlier on.
No skipped steps here at the start.
No, they are being very cautious. I mean, the alarm bell's rung, right? Durka's starting to hit with the op. You're going to have to be meticulous on all of these approaches. It looks like they're respecting it. Look how deep Fnatic is sitting on this one. Chronicle can't give away his life for free here.
Not again.
No. Kind of haunting him a little bit. On the other side of the map, do not forget that Benji Fishy is trying to make slow progress towards A potentially, or just kind of keeping an eye on the options. Already 5 members from Fnatic are on this B site. They've responded massively.
Big reads here.
Patitech. Closest one forward so far, the other 3 yet to fully cross.
I think they're waiting for the knife to come off cooldown, so the hit's going to come in the next 5 seconds or so here, about 35.
There's the ult.
Here's the ult. There's great timing here.
Yeah, so
Reading
disruptive, but Boo's still going to find Alpha. They still have... What is... Huh? Durka, what are you up to? And now Heretics just battling on the site itself. And I don't want to say one out. I mean, the spike is left loose, but it is a 3v2. Leo's on 11, and he's read this correctly, but the timing could be against him. Oh, the timing's excellent, Leo. Heads up work from him. Down to a fair...
Spike planted.
2v2, Chronicle on one side, Leo on the other. Boo's attention turns towards Leo, but Chronicle trying to close the gap. Checked on by Rienz, but they can't really back away from this angle. A double swing gives them options. Rienz opens up an avenue to sit back a little deeper. But Leo's on 11 HP. I don't know how much one man can do here. Already almost outdone himself by finding Benji Fishy in that. Any more is going to be so difficult. Rien Zabu could just play that time. I think Leo knows that, yeah, time to back away here. No opportunities given, but Heretics digging in deep on that site, but it kind of got a little chaotic beyond what I expected, because it felt like Fnatic had the right read then.
Yeah, Fnatic definitely read this, and I think Heretics has the same kind of like style every round, so we're going to see a lot of like these 4-1 hits. Maybe they'll even 5-man if they have the right ultis. And I think Fnatic has realized this, and now as soon as they start seeing this type of pressure, they just go for the gamble stack. And it's working because Heretics, whenever they have the Lurk or the Killjoy this round towards A, the Viper the previous round towards B, they're actually just mainly holding the space and preventing a push through. They're not actually trying to actively move up and try to get into a site and call the team back. And Fnatic's read this perfectly. The executions again from Fnatic there, using the Harbor ulti to start swinging, I just don't know, going to the walls one at a time, questionable.
Yeah. Now, will it haunt them though? That was a round swing back for Heretics after 2 on the trot for Fnatic. Durka back on the operator. Glass cannon though this time. Doesn't get the shot he wants, but doesn't get punished for it either, so gets a second attempt at this. And this should now put question marks with Heretics. That mid-rounding we were talking about that you highlighted, is that going to present itself as a problem again?
Here.
Durka's really not sitting back for a second. This guy wants it.
We are seeing the Killjoy ulti ready to be used on A, so I wonder if it's going to be something where they run in while this is ticking, or if they're going to let it sit all the way, because we got a counter Killjoy ulti for the defense, so if Heretics goes into the site, they need to make sure that they're planting where they can play the post plant from.
Yeah, okay. Oster gonna be detained here.
All good, worth it.
Yeah, found bit of a lurk. There's the lockdown coming in. Can they still hold this plant? Is that gonna be a problem? Rien's actually gonna be trying to be proactive during this. That's not a bad idea. Gonna at least slow down the roll. A touch capturing, I believe, 2 in that. Detaining both of them. And now get to kind of hold the site itself. They have not fallen back at all. They are playing deep, dedicated towards the site. First shot goes astray, and now they're starting to block. This spacing is a little awkward for Fnatic, and they've got to get a move on. Boo still waiting, gonna spot out 1. Finds the shot he wanted towards Leo. That puts Mini Boo on a platter. Wall starting to break, and the panic starts to set in, and Fnatic flying to the site. Now down to the back line. The deeper hold here, they have to swing, but again the defuse isn't stopping. Durka gets dragged away, and Rienz does so much for them. Benji Fishy as well on the deny. Fnatic will not be happy about that.
Wow. Wow. That was really like interesting, because I'm like, okay, Petatek has the Viper ulti. Maybe they're going to secure the round with the Viper ulti on A site. Oh, he went a little bit too early. The enemy Viper catches him over at B. But then here comes the Gecko ulti. Is this to regain site control? It's the regains of the site control, but the Viper's across the map already. Like, they're not going to go for the retake yet. But somehow it comes down to the last margin, the smallest margins. That's how they were losing in Madrid, and now it's working in their favor.
You're starting to see Benji Fishy getting a little warmed up as well. I think a lot of us saw it during, especially the Paper X game, whether you loved it or hated it, doesn't really matter. It certainly got into the heads. It fired up Paper X, which kind of was that double-edged sword. But if Fnatic are starting, let's say they have any doubts, right? Let's say they have a bad start here. I'd say that, you know, 2 rounds, you'd probably want a little bit more than that. And then you got Benji Fishy starting to pop off, starting to get in your face a little bit. You're losing out on close rounds. It's going to start becoming frustrating. It's a test of the mental as well. Durka already clearing so deep here should allow for quite a lot of faith in this B stack. But Fnatic are wielding so little.
He's going for the fights, but he's got the Sova ulti. He could do so much damage with this because he knows that Heretics is going to do a 5-man hit. The Jet's pushed all the way through. Oh no!
Out of everyone, this should be a timeout, I feel, coming in here. If we're seeing some questionable choices being made, maybe some better opportunities could have been utilized here. It's clean from Heretics, so they'll be grinning ear to ear with this. And Boaster, the last man alive, and it feels like a formality. Can't do much about this. And again, Fnatic need to get a grip on this game here. Don't want to let these issues start presenting. In the limited chances they have, Heretics flawless in this one. Answering back with Venom here against Fnatic. We've been held on 2 now. Wondering if we see a timeout from Fnatic, because there are issues starting to present.
Yeah, I mean, when you lose to an Andalusia flawless like that, obviously a timeout has to come into play. It's not like they have the wrong reads. It's not like they have the wrong start of the round plays here. It's what happens after that. It's when Team Heretics starts moving in and they're waiting for that second interval to come. They're using the KO knife with the Gecko flash, the walls up, all of this happening at the same time. They're moving into the site, but Fnatic's getting caught one by one. They're not trying to do something together. And we're going to
Right now, they're missing a whole lot of rounds. Again, though, we wait and see. 2-7 as it stands. Couple of ults in play here. Chronicle has his, Leo has his. On the other side, you've got Mini Boo. And of course, Patatek sound his for a little bit now, but at the moment, Durka closing in, and that should be relatively telling, noting on the knife, but...
Yep. The Jet and the Heartbreak both got tagged by it, and then instantly they go towards B. They've got that KO ulti, and they're going to go straight into their hit with it. That's the Team Heretics game plan, but it works.
Yeah. It sounds simple when you put it like that, right? But
I mean,
it's the keys to success for now. Chronicle has to play his life well here. We're going to need to see Alpha find a great deal of value as well. And they've crept so close, already getting up towards yellow. Fnatic having to fall back a little deeper. You can see there is exploration on the other side. They are trying to commit behind this. But it looks like...
He's trying to block off the turret.
I think so. I mean,
yeah, totally. Oh, okay.
Wait, it got recorded. All good, all good. First time we're seeing actually a flank coming in though, so now Mini Boo without the ults, the underhand flash through the wall. It's perfect. The clear is so good. There's Leo. Finally investing that ult. Does get chip damage and take down Patatek. So that's going to be the Viper's Pit removed from the Heretics side. Plant, does it go down safely? It looks like it does. Plant's in, and now we look at the position though. It's uncomfortable. Look at Durka's spot here. They are now backed into a corner, Heretics. Individual fights on 3 different fronts, and they win 2 of them! Riens and Mini Boo on the punish. Leo, too far away really to find impact here. Couldn't really trade off that. The information now a little too late. A little too irrelevant to try and trade in. And I don't know what his options are, but again, Fnatic, they found adjustment there, Josh. They went for a little bit of a flank. They played it quite nicely on the timing, even though it was red. But by that point, they're still not finding impact on the site.
Yeah, I mean, it was really smart what Team Heretics did there, and that's kind of why Fnatic got caught out in the open, was because Team Heretics, I just said it as well right at the start of the round. Well, as soon as they have that KO ulti, oh my god, is he going to get a second one here? No. As soon as they get the ulti, it's like, okay, they're going to do a KO ulti play. So until that happens, like, they're going to pop the KO ulti. Let's be far enough away that it's not going to impact us, because my orb or wall's going to go down. I'm not going to be able to defend the site. I can't put mollies down, so I'm going to play all the way super passive. And then Team Heretics reads this. They're like, oh, they're going to sit way passive. Let's walk all the way up and just flash through our own wall, and then we can go and just surprise them. And they caught Fnatic by surprise. It was such a smart play, such a good... I was talking about adaptation. I think this was pre-planned, but this was a great way to exploit how Fnatic was going to see and read the opportunity with that KO ulti.
And again, these sort of minor details people can forget. They may not look at it, but it is so pivotal seeing how well Heretics are trying to determine this. This is putting Fnatic through their paces, still held on just those 2 rounds. And they still have so many ults to play with. Patatek still has his, Mini Boo still has his. Now they get to play into it, but Durka tries to beat him to the punch, takes down Mini Boo. Leo here as well. They've gone for a bit of a stack on this Fnatic. Maybe reading this round correctly. Back on his feet though. Mini Boo ready to go again. Durka gets found, but Leo unseen, but the trades are great. Heretics again, coming out on top of the trades, building into the site perfectly. Boaster and Chronicle, what can you do? Boaster trying to slip the net a little here, do some damage, do something. I'll be able to deny the lockdown at the very least. Yes, absolutely great work from Boaster. Does he live though? Oh no, he doesn't, Benji Fishy. Trades him out, and now Chronicle in the 1v2. Plant on the way, 48 seconds. He's going to slip this, surely. Yeah, he does.
Best gun you could hope for.
Yeah, this is perfect. Chronicle! Dreamy work from him. The judge in hand, it works out well. The Red Bull clutch keeping Fnatic just in this matchup 3 rounds to their name.
Imagine, like, of all the situations you could be in, you're rotating across the map with a judge, and it's just like, oh, there's a Viper spin, they're both in it. That's like, oh man, that's so nice for him. But I mean, Fnatic, it's not like they had a bad read or anything. They had that first kill to put down the KO that was ultied, he gets revived, but it's like that second step, that second fight that went on. I think Alpha missed a few shots in the back. It could have been way closer than it actually was, but in the end, doesn't matter. Chronicle closes it out.
Okay. But repeatable success, that's not easy to do again, right? This is what we're looking for. Is 3 enough? 4B, obviously ideal, the best scenario they could hope for at this point. Durka gonna slip the wall. Get a little closer here. Patatek is nearby, but look who's on the other side. Mini Boo. Just the Reaper at this point, so sharp. And Heretics starting to test the waters through middle as well.
Here's the convergence from Fnatic at middle as well with that Harbor ulti. Don't want to get that wasted.
Oh, but Rien's gonna punish Boaster. The only answer back has been from Chronicle with a trade, but again, the numbers sitting in the hands of Heretics. They still have a res on Boo if that gets invested or not. Obviously, they'd love to, but the opportunity would have to beckon. Time being bought here. Fnatic are in the right place. 3 players ready. Chronicle, Leo, and Alpha waiting. And it looks like Chronicle's trying to drift deeper. This is dangerous. Maybe high risk, potentially high reward. Did Miniboo see that? He did! The flash was pixel perfect. Leo with a good trade, but it's answered back in kind. And now Alpha might be able to be disruptive towards the plant, but that's still going to go down.
They can get the res off in the post plant as well, 4v1.
You will not.
There it is, you called it. And Benji Fishy sends them away. 9-3 is quite a clear-cut half. 3 rounds, I don't know if that's going to be enough here.
Honestly, with it being Icebox, anything can happen once we switch sides. I think this composition is mainly built for the attack side. You can do so much of these push-pulls. You can rotate back and forth and do all these like ping-pong plays. You can get these really good, insane value out of lurking through middle especially, so I think we're going to see a lot of that coming out from Fnatic there, but obviously really well played by Team Heretics there. Kind of like even in that last round there, the 1-3-1, they switch up, everything's been either like 5 towards A, 5 towards B, and then they're going mid with the Sage Res.
Yeah, and just a note, if you are wondering, of course, a bit of a moment here to shout out this one is Unilumin, who's the official supplier of the VCT EMEA for adding all these gorgeous screens behind us. It makes the arena look fantastic, so huge shout out to them. However, back to the game, 9-3, we can focus on what's important. And this is gonna need Fnatic to dig in, right? Like, you know, there's no need to lie to you folks at home. Need to see a big upswing from them. How does this look on this side? We know that their composition could have maybe struggled a little bit on the defensive side, but here on the attack, we've got to see value. Got to see them pick up where they left off. And it looks like Boast are trying to set something in motion to apply this pressure through tube, get them up through middle. There's only going to be one player here waiting. Patitek, very much on his own. The rest of Heretics over towards CT. Wingman going to be clearing for him, at least through middle.
This is so stereotypical of Heretics though. All 5 of them here ready to just flood out at a moment's notice, waiting for the commit.
Oh, but they found Durka. Miniboo already caught Durka off. They're starting to slowly chip away at this mid pressure, and it looks like a lot of damage just went back through. Yeah, Boast has gone down as well. This is devastating. They've lost out on that nice layer that they had to this. That presence in mid. Maybe this time Alpha gets the best, but Benji Fishy was looking this way. But I mean, Alpha is clean with it, but still, it's a 4v2. Chronicle's 12 HP, Heretics. Kicking Fnatic while they're down. That's 10 found in the first and the second half.
Now it's getting scary for Fnatic. Now you're like, wait, we needed that pistol. We needed that momentum going into that second half here. And Team Heretics playing exactly like the same style that is working so well for them. Good read, making sure that they're together, getting those kills, playing really, just like all of them fighting together at the same time, not just one by one like Fnatic was doing in their defense.
I'm loving the tempo, the pacing from Heretics. They've got a really nice grip on this game. Maybe identifying earlier that Fnatic were looking to play in towards middle a little bit, the backside of that B site. Handled it very well. Issues now going to be arising. Fnatic need to turn around here, or at least get quite a reward from it. Obviously not equipped to do so, but it doesn't really matter. You need value. This is Fnatic's pick. It's Icebox. This was one of their strongholds historically. They're looking out of shape here. Boo, though, chipped away at. Nice little bit of work from Durka there. Going to take down Rien's. Nice follow-up as well. Maybe there's more to this one. A 3v3, but still, Sheriffs is all I can see at this point. No plant yet either. Gotta be careful. Need to min-max this round. Maybe Alpha the one to give them a little bit more. No, Benji Fishy quickly removing Chronicle.
Down A.
Alpha, you got something for us here. You might just do. Miniboo gone. He heard steps as well. He knows there's more towards the site. Leo trying to draw their attention, but has Alpha slipped the net up? No. Benji Fishy on the case. 11 rounds to Heretics. Fnatic's chances are starting to dwindle.
I'm getting a little bit nervous for them. Not many options for them. Team Heretics doing so well at playing together. Even that was given to Fnatic. 3-on-3.
Yeah.
You have over a minute to work with. Like, you can slow this down, do whatever. Boom, they make it a 3-on-2. It gets traded out into a 2-on-2. But that is like the position you want to be in a round like that. And they're just not able to capitalize there. It's not looking good.
No, I'm a little worried. Just because it feels like Fnatic look cold on this map. They look individual. They don't look like they're that, you know, cohesive unit that we know them for. But this is the chance. This is the time. It's now or it's never, because Heretics look damn good. This is a bonus round for Heretics. The only, I guess, prized possession would be in the hands of Miniboo.
The Outlaws in play, though, and all 5 players have light armor,
I mean,
light shields for Fnatic.
Anti-Fnatic weapon that
Right?
got added, basically. It's
Right.
like, oh, you want to run light shields? That's crazy. Anyway, here's this gun. So they've got to be a little cautious about this one. Koreans could do a lot of damage. As it stands, they are drifting away from the site he's on, so it could be rather beneficial. Patatek is there with a Bulldog, but again, I don't know if he'll be able to back away from this, but he's going to make them work for their dinner at the very least.
They got the bait set up, though. The Killjoy needs to make this work, though, for the Viper. Patatek can't get caught by this drone.
Oh dear, this is getting a little sketchy. Yeah, that's not ideal. And now he's going to be overwhelmed. Nothing he could have done there, just the timing of it all. The crunch was so perfect. Boaster going to punish, and Patatek just opens up the avenue to the site. Chronicle with a crisp shot as well. Rien's going to fall. Miniboo is still the danger man, as can be that Outlaw. The spike not planted. Benji Fishy going to find Leo. It's still a 2v3. This is, okay, there we go. That's better. That's much better. Boo's good, but a 1v3 with a Sheriff up against Rifles might be a little too far.
Especially when Chronicle's shooting like that. I think 2 really clean one-taps this round so far. If he can get a 3rd, that would be really good for his confidence and the team's confidence, too.
And it sounds silly to say that when we're talking about Fnatic, right? In a weird way, right? It's, oh, they've got to get that confidence, but they kind of do. We barely saw them at kickoff. It was, I think, 2 games. That loss to KC, obviously, the end of the run, but it just feels like Fnatic have lost a little bit of that flair that made them who they were, that confidence in each other, that synergy. So any small moments like this could actually be so valuable to them. And for Boo, this is just going to keep the rifle. It was the one kind of prized possession they were bringing in the hands of Miniboo, so they're going to walk away with that as well. Not the end of the world. 3 still standing for Fnatic. Not ideal, but you'll take it. 3 is fine. It's the cutoff number before it goes a little bit sideways.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be the harder half, but Team Heretics is so good on their defenses, on their retakes especially. That is their whole game plan. I think Patatek kind of getting picked off early there. The Killjoy Molly didn't protect him from his flank. The drone narrowly like spotted him out. Like, I feel like the idea was good, but smallest of margins. I hate to bring it up a 3rd time.
No, go for it.
But like right there, he almost slipped the net.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. Spike in spawn. Always makes me slightly nervous, but looking like Miniboo willing to take an early challenge, but finding no value on that early utility from Boaster to remove a great deal of the vision they may be looking for. So it looks like a little bit of a test towards the A site, utility placed, and then backing over towards B, looking to, again, Patatek's to be put through the ringer this game, it looks like.
They're like, you know what? The setup, it almost worked last round. I don't think they're going to expect it again. You know, if we do it a little bit better this time, we can make it work. Let's run it again. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Show me what you got, Patatek.
Well, he doesn't have a Bulldog this time, so maybe that helps.
There we go. He's growing and changing. This time, teed up for success. Punishing Durka and no trade and no utility to put him out of position either. Yeah, Boaster's gotten close, but Benji Fishy might need to lean a little further forward. Patatek is now on an island. Could get swarmed, hoping he doesn't. He can't stand forever. Chronicle going to clear him out, and now the plant looks far more viable. Miniboo wants to swing, though. You can see Fnatic pause for thought. Great punish by Leo, but a good trade from Benji Fishy. 30 seconds now. The site doesn't feel safe. Boaster's got to be very careful about this, but he is going to get the plant, it seems.
3 versus 3 for this retake. 1 off of Thrash. If he's able to get that first kill.
Not yet.
Yeah, but look at the utility. There's still a little bit left with Heretics here. Rienz can set this in motion. Chronicle does have a little bit of kit, so he can buy time, so they're going to need to get a bit of a move on this one. So going to clear the back of Yellow, force him out of position, and try and find a fight. Leo swings forward, but it's Boo to claim, and now Boaster down low, he's on 30 HP, outdone, overwhelmed! And Heretics again punishing Fnatic, keeping hold of that utility late, putting themselves up towards 12. And they've got ults now to play with, Josh. This is looking like it's fizzling out for Fnatic.
It definitely is fizzling out. I mean, right there, they had... I liked what Fnatic did there. So, Team Heretics, they run the same bait setup, but they're used to playing against probably only one Viper. Once that Viper wall goes down, they have that support from Benji at the back, being able to crossfire with Patatek. But the Harbor Cascade comes up, or the wall. And now Benji finishes, he's locked out, Patatek's alone, and it comes down to that 3 versus 3. But Heretic's so good in those post plans, so it doesn't even matter.
No, and what matters now is that 12 is by Heretic's name. The Fnatic stronghold looking conquered at this point. Icebox not just a default win for them anymore. Times have changed. And the ults are ready to go. Benji and Rien's both really impactful ults here. Looking at Durka. Oh dear, this is dangerous. 19 HP, he's just trying to get out of danger. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Heretics willing to stand and face, deny access to the site. Boast are the only one to trade back and gets himself an upgrade. But still, this is an uphill struggle to say the least. There's still 3 players from Heretics here.
It almost looks like Fnatic's trying to run before they can even walk in this moment.
Big boy Boaster doing things?
I like it, I respect it.
I mean, lead by example. Boaster trying. I kind of like the attempt there, maybe looking to even up the odds at least, but this is when you're going to see that lockdown come in. Now, what do they do here? Do they have any utility to sit deep? No! And Boaster's fallen. Chronicle can't even sit back for the post-bomb. We're going to need magic from Leo here, and he's just not going to have it in him. Fnatic go down with a whimper. If I'm honest, this wasn't a close game, Josh. This, a certain way, a little explosive with Miniboo at the helm, but still, even with that all in mind, my worries for Fnatic aren't based in composition. It's not based in these areas. It's what can they do as 5, Josh?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Haven't seen anything worthwhile yet so far from Fnatic. A very long way from how they've looked in the past, their former glory.
Well, this is the time to turn it. Again, this map has sat nicely with Heretics. One of the maps that they claimed over PaperX in the 1-2 series. Had some close affairs on it.
And there were lots of Sentinels as well, 13-10, I think.
Again, not a bad map for them by any means. So if Fnatic were going to make a statement, this would be the map to do it on, but look at the positioning here. If Fnatic continue on this trajectory specifically, they are walking into 4 players. Now, at this point, how red is this? A little bit of contact actually might disrupt this, but again, only noting 2.
I think Team Heretics is so good on their gamble stack reads. Very rarely do they get punished for it.
They're actually walking this. They're re-engaging. This is going to be like almost a mid-pump here. Leo's going to find Miniboo. The Paranoia sent really nicely. That's a nice stall coming out from Fnatic. They do need to land the shots, though, but still, they've held back Heretics. That is perfect. And oh, Boo's been caught up as well. Benji Fishy was a mile away.
They're so back.
That was it. They just needed 1 round.
It was all those, they were like moving their arms around in the pre-match, you know, just sitting on the stage, just waving around, getting the blood flow, and maybe that's what it was. You know, I made a similar comment to you off camera, and you kind of laughed at me.
I don't know.
Now look at them, reinvented. Reinvent. All you have to do is move your arms a little bit. You get reinvented.
Do you want to talk about what you were doing before we went live that made me say that comment?
I did a few push-ups. Who cares?
Why
is that weird?
I was supportive of you.
Yeah.
Look, your insecurities are really showing right now, and you need to deal with that in your own time. You know, let's focus here. But you're right. Maybe that loss has spurred on Fnatic a little bit here. Feeling a little bit more pumped up. Starting to see Alpha getting into it. See him a little more fired up here as well. But it was just the pistol. Again, it sounds so silly that you're clutching at straws when you're Fnatic, right? You're a trophy-lifting team, but take what you're given at this point. Heretics unable to get away with their normal naughtiness mid-round.
Halfway to the rocket, sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
For Durka. He could get there for the first round after the bonus.
No trap play set up on this, so yeah, it looks like it is going to be pretty close too. Going to still need to close the gap a little bit, but I mean, excellent progress here, taking the tour of the map. Don't know how much they've heard. 2 players, Miniboo 1.
This has to be the world's greatest bait from Boo.
Yeah, we're going to need echoes of 10s here.
Yeah, right?
But they're a bit better equipped on the other side. Baited in, and nothing going to come of it. This is clean. Fnatic going through the paces here. Shouldn't be any more threats, really. I mean, you've got Rien's and Patatek, but hard to make those classics work. Boaster was brought down a little low, but I mean, he served his purpose here.
Durka gets spike plant too. The stars are aligning for this comeback.
Spike planted.
I say comeback, but...
Well, you know, bigger picture.
Bigger picture.
Yeah. In the series.
In the series comeback.
That's it. Yeah, Fnatic
Flawless.
goes down. There we go. Fnatic, 5 alive. And we see a flawless there in the second. Slow and steady to come back into this.
One thing I want to highlight is Team Heretics is so good when they force the enemy to commit into the site and they get to retake together. But neither of these rounds have they actually made the enemy go into a site. They forced the fight early on a lobby in the pistol round while the Viper walls were still up. And in this round here, again, they have 2 people to defend a lobby for Fnatic come out 5 people with rifles against 2 classics.
See if that changes once we get into the buy already. Look at the damage coming out towards Miniboo though. Roaster, an alpha, stunning shot on Boo there. And you're right, taking far more proactive fights, something that Heretics weren't exactly known for before, but see what more they can do with this. Durka very nearby to his ult, but already a man to the good. Fnatic gonna be loving this early start for themselves. Boo going down. Plenty of utility on this side of the map though, so got to be a bit cautious.
Oh, I think Fnatic don't want to go B. That's the last spot they want to go to, so they go back to A after just figuring out what was going on at C, putting a little bit of pressure towards there, realizing that Team Heretics hasn't pushed through yet. Maybe they get off this angle, gamble stack the other side. This is like kind of that double-edged sword. Team Heretics is so good with those gamble stacks, but when it works, it looks really good, but sometimes they just gamble the wrong side at the wrong time. It might give Fnatic the opening to get a huge round lead here.
Yeah, Rien's not affected by any of the utility just yet, but you're going to start seeing that closer pressure now.
Left.
He's been noted, he's going to try and stall out on one side, but already in a bit of a predicament. He's on 50
boy.
HP. Yet nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Fnatic, comprehensive on approach. Crossing the T's and dotting the I's. The last 3 don't have much of a shot into this round. It might be an early call to save.
Spike planted.
It might be an early time to call a tactical timeout as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to refocus our bearings a little bit. Hey, like,
Ball
what was
coming
working for us on this map before? What are we doing right now? Like, how are we kind of like letting all these slip? We're getting untradeable first deaths in every round. We're like, what are our strengths? Let's play into our strengths a little bit more. Let's force Fnatic to actually execute and get onto a site.
Yeah.
We're dying before they're even like leaving the first choke point out of spawn.
Yeah, and this might have been... I feel like maybe Heretics looked to adapt their Lotus as well, considering it was one of the maps that you'd put very high up in their map pool, right? It would have been very seen from Madrid, obviously kickoff as well. So maybe they're thinking, okay, we need to find some layers to this. Maybe we can't just depend on those retakes, but again, maybe start on the retakes and then look to hit that variety up afterwards. Because right now, Fnatic, they're going to win out in those early fights, and they have been. They've proven that already. I've got to say, Heretics struggling to even get on the board individually here. This has been very clear-cut. Only Fnatic so far to draw blood. Everyone else sat on 0. Clean affair. Now, I do wonder if there is an early timeout, or maybe Heretics feel as though they already have the solution to the problem.
Yeah, they could have the solution, but I mean, it's still a chance for the coaches to talk. Maybe it's a chance to ice Fnatic a little bit. Maybe they, refocus, have a chance to breathe. But right now, no tac pause.
Nope. Feeling as though they know the solution, at least for now. Gotta wait out that spam.
All that aim training for a roaster in the off season, just for the Odin spam here in the.
Working out real well. All right. So you told me IGLs don't need to be able to aim, okay? So it's fine. I remember that vividly.
Yeah?
Yeah. Verbatim. Rien's looking a little rough around the edges here. 8 HP, forced out of position.
Kills are just a means to an end, okay?
Got it. Thank you.
Double entry last round, 5-on-3. They saved.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, fair enough. Look, I'm on your side, Josh.
Here comes the rocket.
Yeah, Dirk has got that. Now, they haven't noted Miniboo's rifle just yet. It has just been the Sheriff's. So maybe trying to keep that as a bit of a surprise, but they've got to be careful. They've got to know that Durka does have this ready to go. Paranoia posted. Durka doesn't get affected, but is going to be slowed down here. This is a nice stall here. This is really nice. Doesn't even get an opportunity. Oh, and that's going to be Rien's dead. And the follow-up's perfect. Durka unleashed. Boaster in the meantime even found Miniboo, so the site is theirs. This is a way better looking Fnatic. Playing as 5, working together. Veggie Fishy and Fnatic again a mile away. Couldn't gamble this one. Put their best to the case, but still, Plant gonna come down. Site secured. They've got deep control on CT. Fnatic with a nice start. Clearing the back lines here, but this is gonna need a lot more. Veggie Fishy gonna note a barrel. They kind of traded places on this one. Alpha denies Benji Fish, and it's all on Paditech. Position going to be noted. That's a stunner. Not going to get any more. Durka with a great round, but Fnatic looking like 5 again.
Looking like we might actually have a series on our hands after that last map. They've already got as many rounds as they had on Icebox. So a good start there. Close to ults for the defense. That Thrash going to be online for a retake, could be a way to turn the tides. But all these fights happening towards A lobby kind of bit Heretics. Obviously taking time out to make sure that they get to have a chance to talk about what's going on, what's been happening from Fnatic.
Unfazed by Heretics. And again, it's only Paditech to frag, which is ridiculous. If you consider how the last map went, and then you think, okay, Lotus, again, stronghold for Heretics, looking good. Fnatic have clearly done at least a little bit of homework, but really, Heretics are just looking a little shaky around the sides, but Boast not going to get the same sort of freedom as he wanted this time, or at least the same sort of value with that early spam. Heretics prioritizing taking over Rubble. And it looks like a re-engage from Fnatic, so let's see if Boo gets anything from this.
Cover going out.
They've already slipped pretty close now. Durka and Alpha very nearby. Paranoia could be good, but I think Durka's already ahead of this. Miniboo's done well. Okay, they have no idea about Boo. This could be a disaster for Fnatic. They didn't account for him. Gets the TP away and actually does get to keep his life. Big early damage this time.
Big
Way
stun
better.
from Miniboo as well to help get him out. I like how he retreated there. He didn't go for more. He got his. Seeming gets another. He gets out, keeps his life, keeps the man advantage. If they're able to convert this round, this is exactly what they need.
Yeah, much better looking on the early start here. Rien's going to invest the ult. TP's away from it. Oh, he still got caught anyway. It would have been nice, Poster. No knife this time, just straight to business. Rien's there. Gonna finally get Heretics on the board, but the start was very different, very composed, and it looked like they had a plan to how they wanted to approach that.
Yeah. I think using the Thrash there to secure that round, he's already back to 2 ulti orb points off of those last 2 kills at the end of the round there. I mean, that's kind of like what Heretics needed. I don't know what was discussed there because, I mean, it was just Boo up on that wall by himself. Nearest teammate was all the way by CT spawn. Nice. But I mean, one thing that we should point out is that Team Heretics, it's not really their defense on this map that they're super strong at. It's their attack and their explosiveness. True. So all they have to do is get a few more rounds.
That is true. Again, though, similar scenes here, but an adjustment from Fnatic and a pace change too. Already Durka taking over towards B. Paranoia posted trying to tee up Durka. Don't know if they got affected by that one. I don't believe so. And that's going to be Durka in danger. Actually doesn't get checked on, but that's smart from Rien's. Heads up work, hard clearing the corner, not going to allow him to get away with it, and Plant is down though. So time is on Fnatic's side. They still got to keep a check on this.
Cover going out.
How do they get rid of this back line here? Heretics need to bring the fight to Fnatic at some point.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, Alpha.
Wingman on the spike, though.
That's actually very true. Wingman finally gets handled. The flank going to be coming in. Alpha and Boaster in perfect unison. Fnatic holding this down. Clear-cut stuff here.
I don't even want to add anything to that. I thought for a second there, like, well, how is Fnatic going to play this post plan? They don't have any Molly lineups. Like, Chronicle's peeking out, he's shooting his gun, and then he's pulling out his Molly while he's sitting in the open. There's no lineups or anything. But that timing with the Killjoy flank on the Omen, catching them. Who's expecting it? No way they set 4 people at main. There's got to be a flank. And that timing came in at literally millisecond.
It's that low taper fade with Alpha, all right? It's changed him. But no, it's perfect timing on that. Now, 5-1. Kind of putting Heretics back on the back foot here. Don't get the same success as they had in that round prior.
You did good.
And the economy's suffering. Down to bits and pieces here. Still able to fashion a buy, sure, but certainly on the cusp of being absolutely broke. And it's an offside hold for Benji Fishy too, not actively playing on C. And it looks like they aren't fully committing anyway. Fnatic happy to take their time and test either side of the map.
We see a much stronger defense here for Team Heretics at A, anticipating Fnatic to come through. That deep alarm bot towards C mound. Boo getting the first pick as well.
Yeah, again, Miniboo this time going to be switched up into position, playing a little bit closer towards Rubble. Maybe trying to get the timing on the swing. And spot out probably Chronicle, yeah, he absolutely did. And the follow-up as well. Way better work together. Looking like they're in unison here. Fnatic not having the same freedom towards the A site as they had before. Spike does get left a little deeper. Boaster want to at least get that back in hand, give themselves a chance in this round, but Durka and Boaster, 2v5. Now, one smoke to play with.
30 seconds left.
And they have money. They're gonna make some damage. Not gonna force into anything. 20 seconds left. They're gonna be forced to be making a move soon.
Yeah, the issue is that Benjyfish's utility is still here. Now the door, obviously an indicator, but now the follow-up, this is going to be really hard to work through. 13 seconds.
He's gonna go up there. Oh, he missed. Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's unfortunate. Yeah, rounds
Yeah.
wraps. Off a pop.
Well, we tried.
Yeah, hey, it was a nice try, but again, it feels very hot or cold for Heretics in these sort of rounds, right? They won that round by kind of what got them the one before. Nice little bit of synergy over towards Rubble, kind of the push and pull of the attention there. Miniboo this time playing up towards the wall rather than it being Boo, and just kind of swinging off contact, but it doesn't always work out. That's, again, just the second round that seemed to actually work for them.
Yeah, I think maybe Fnatic have to change something up now. They've won a few rounds, but Team Heretics has now
10
adapted.
seconds
So
left.
now it's time for Fnatic to change ever so slightly how they approach something. Maybe it's a little bit of a fake in between something. Maybe it's a different Viper wall. Maybe it's, you know, just a slightly different look.
Let's see if they've got that. Where's that versatility, that
There's fast
variety?
play.
Yeah, pace change seems to be the answer, and you know who's up for it? Miniboo, but Durka beats him to the punch. Miniboo down and out, but they are having to just turn tail and run the hell out of there. Durka, willing to fight, willing to challenge.
Oh,
You love to see it. You love, yeah, again, nice, thank you. Oh, what's he
Hello.
huh? Sentinels? That's crazy, that's crazy. But does he have the pistol as well? That's the question. Did you buy the Send bundle?
no. I purposely didn't
No.
because of all the spam.
Got it. You're making a point of it, Durka.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Sentinel's colored gun as well, and look at what he's doing with it. Unbelievable scenes. Yeah, this is comfy work. Again, yeah, Benjyfishy gonna find one, but he takes so much damage, it's almost kind of written him out of the round. They've got complete access to side. Durka having a lovely round for himself here too. And yeah, this one is gonna be, you know, put a bow on it. This one's wrapped up. So Plant should be coming in. And for Heretics, I feel like there has to be a bigger change here. Now, yes, it looks like, I don't know if Fnatic really found an answer. Durka just diffed Miniboo at the start.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that enough of a reaction? I don't know. This is where those question marks get added.
So I wonder if they're going to do something a little bit different with specifically the Killjoy. So we've seen the same setup basically every round with the Killjoy setting up towards C with the alarm bot, with the mollies. One round got a deeper alarm bot towards Mound. Are we going to see something sort of like the Killjoy playing towards A, making it seem like it's just the Killjoy there, but it's actually a bait setup. So there's more than just a Killjoy. We also see Miniboo there with the Neon. Maybe we also see Boo there as well. And then maybe it's just like they're faking like a C pressure with the Gecko flash or something. I want to see something like that.
A little bit of variety would be nice. Patatech,
He can get his ulti. Patatech gets his Viper ulti off of the kill and the death there, though.
He'll take
I
that.
wonder if that's going to bite Fnatic.
actually could be a big factor. That could allow them a little bit more freedom if they want to leave Patatech kind of, I don't know if you want to leave him on his own. They've got so many ults to play with Heretics, but they haven't really had much opportunity to bring them in, right? Like, there's the start there. And Durka was clean as you like. Beautiful work from him.
And why is he opening door to a bald guy? Like, didn't he watch Breaking Bad?
I love Durka so much.
Hang on, I think we got something for that.
Yeah, you got it.
Here.
Yeah, good luck.
What did I do?
I don't know, you've broken it now. You tried to use any sort of tools? Unlucky. Miniboo gonna pop the ult though, looking to find some sort of impact with it. Actually, Chronicle takes the wind out of Boo's sails. He's got to know there's more there now, after seeing Miniboo trying to find value through the door.
And they have the Killjoy ulti for the post plant as well, and the rocket,
They've got so much.
and the final, yeah.
It's just insurmountable odds here.
You should run.
Rien's trying to do what he can, but this is looking so difficult. Again, ults absolutely everywhere. Durka gonna take away Patatech. That's the Viper's pick gone. And okay, Benjyfishy, all right, slides on in.
Face your fear.
Gonna need some more though. Miniboo, where's the value? Not gonna happen. Fnatic, again, these guys looking fired up now. Looking pissed off after that previous map, honestly. Much better performance. Looking prepared for this. And if anything, it looks like we're gonna be seeing probably Bind coming up. What have you been breaking?
I was just helping him out with the little Bald.
Got it.
Sorry.
Got it. There it is. Yeah.
I don't know what I did with the rest of the screen,
No,
though.
neither do I. I
But
don't want to touch it.
I'm just happy that it's not showing up on the broadcast.
I was terrified. I was terrified of
I
that.
was a little bit terrified, too.
All good. But as it stands, 7-2. So it's a little surprising that Heretics haven't been able to adapt beyond what we're seeing, right? They haven't found a way to deal with this. They haven't sat back into their sight holds. There's a lot of things that we were kind of expecting as the logical next step that they haven't gone to.
To be fair, they did put the Killjoy and the Viper on A that round instead of at C, but the fast B pace change from Fnatic caught them off guard, so, I mean, props to those, sir.
Oh, Rience with the first. Is he gonna give away Alpha's position? Oh, and Rien's again, clean as you like, and that's the spike, and now there's problems. Chronicle, I told you Rien's is clean, don't mess with this guy. He hasn't even bothered to reload. 4 bullets is not gonna be enough, but Durka, the last one alive. Now, Durka, a 1v4. How do we feel about that? Is that something we can achieve today?
You know, never say never. That's what I always say.
I think Justin Bieber said that first, but
Yeah,
I like
well,
it. I like that you're.
I think I got like 15 years on him, right?
Yeah, that may be true. All right, Durka, come on. Let's see. Starts with 1. No one's. Oh.
Oops.
You're meant to be on his side. You're in the audience is against him. Oh, guy.
They are on his side. They're disappointed.
Ah, I see. He wanted the ult orb anyway. He wasn't even going.
30
for it.
seconds.
He's gonna get at least one more, you know? A killer or death will get it. Imagine he sinks like the best grenade at the back of the lobby there and isolates 2.
I believe. Until he started walking away.
I just can't
I
believe.
was on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alpha kind of trolled that round, though. I mean,
10
just
seconds left.
taking a page out of the whole Turkish playbook there, just manning up and fighting. Just take that spike and run away. You don't have to square up and take those isolated fights one by one.
You know, that does sound like a brave statement to make, Josh.
Well, I mean...
You know, critiquing the Turkish player base. Crazy. You're just asking for it at this point. He could have backed. He could have backed away. Maybe
He
had a fight with
100% could have
Chronicle.
backed away.
Maybe he could have a fight with Leo.
5 full seconds to back away.
Yeah, but
He
what if he just got
chose
the
that
kill?
was
But
that
what if
was
he just got the kill?
yeah, well, so what?
Yeah, it didn't work
Conscious decision to stay there with the spike. No spike. Okay, whatever. Go have your fun. You have the spike though? Maybe.
out. Maybe back away. Oh, they forgot about the spam for a whole second there. Miniboo reminded very swiftly. Down to 49 HP. All right, Durka. Gonna keep this going. Oh, Rience. This is just messy now. Look at the absolute state of this. Trades coming out left and right. The site is just swarmed with bodies. Leo is still alive with the spike here, but he is a little cut off from the others. They've got to be able to back him out, and they can't. Rience with the Punisher that's going to drop the spike. Benji Fishy, lovely timing, and they've actually recovered a little bit here. Josh, this might be enough for a bit of a cushion.
I think it might just be enough. Obviously, having a 5th round here would be huge, but you know, going 8-4 on attack side, especially with their comp with the Neon being able to just run in there, and the way that Fnatic's been playing, especially on Fnatic's defensive ice blocks, it looked kind of pathetic, to be honest.
Yeah.
So to be able to be that explosive, if Fnatic's going to give up those opening kills, or they're going to try to hold the site with 1 or 2 players, they could get run down. So yeah, I mean, we might still have a full game on our hands here.
Yeah, it's just hard to kick my brain back into gear after I remember it was only Panatek to get a frag. Now, at this point, they may have recovered. Miniboo, God, as if he's challenging that. It felt like Durka was aware of it too, because every time they've done this, Miniboo will put his life for a 50-50 every day of the week, backing himself on it. This time, Durka does go down. Last time, he won that fight himself. So this forces Fnatic to rethink things. Now, where do they go? We haven't really seen this C-site tested at all. There hasn't been a common destination.
I think it's just like a little bit too late to come back to C at this point, though, because they still have to get through all the Killjoy utility, and we already see the rotation coming in. We see that Neon's already kind of rotated over. They have the deep line on A still, and now the Gecko's also on the way, so they gotta go quick. And I wonder if Panatek's gonna poke down his Viper ulti here on the defense as well on the top of the site. Yep, here it is, trading them out.
Yep. This is going to be a horrific sight to try and come in. Oh my word! Between Panatek and Benji Fishy, there is no access to this site. Chronicle, Again, we said it before, good luck. I don't know what you're meant to do in this scenario. The spike is deep within their hands, and there is just absolute mess on the screen.
Just imagine just saving in the 1 versus 5 in the last rounds. I don't
want to go for it, guys.
You're just like, I'm gonna go play for stats now. Like, do you honestly expect me to win this?
What more could you do with it? Ending it out on an Andalusia flawless, your favorite, obviously.
My favorite, obviously.
Can't get enough of it. But let's kind of take stock then, because this game felt like it was done in my mind. For a second, I say game, this map, right? It looked like Fnatic had found a lot of comfort. I mean, Heretics was struggling to even get the players activating, right? It was, I think, only Fnatic got up to 3 kills before anyone even got a single kill from their side. They were getting absolutely smashed for the first couple of rounds. And then it got a bit messy, got a bit brawly, and they've claimed back 5. 5 to 7 is a pretty respectable, pretty sharp in this. Fnatic on the other side, I mean, you can't discredit Durka. He was hitting some gorgeous shots, but it's more than that. We need to see them now pull themselves back into this as 5. Show us what they got. They've got a nice little lead here. It's not perfect, it's certainly not comfortable, but it's enough that gets you to feel like, you know, we don't have to be sweating bullets from the start. Now, early glimpse, early show of force towards C, but no real commitment behind it.
Wait, don't tell me they go into B here after showing towards C. They're pulling all the defense towards this area of the map. I don't know how this is going to be, but, I mean, they're pros for a reason.
So were you once upon a time.
Oh.
Long time ago. But
Maybe they know more than me, and maybe I know more than them. Let's find out.
Yeah. I guess the proof's in the round end. But now Wingman will at least allow them plant safely. They've got site control. Where do they take this? Okay, we've got...
They have to extend. Here they go into the blue room.
Yeah, blue room, maybe break door if they feel like they have to at this point, but they've still got safety here. They're gonna leave Rien's on the site. You're gonna have the pinch coming in from Boaster. The paranoia, I don't think caught. Boaster getting a little nervous. It's okay. Yeah, could have been a great shot if it was the other opponent. Durka, though, the first to receive contact. And look at this push coming out from Heretics. They're sweeping through on CT. They've walked away from site to try and pressure this. And look at the counter swing. Fnatic trying to come back through, but it's answered back in kind. Patatek going blow for blow, leaving just Chronicle alive. Great work, but it's not going to be enough. Heretics getting really proactive late in that plant.
Yeah, and I think they needed to do some sort of extension there, which they did. They got into that blue room, and with that door actually not being broken, they knew that they had a crossfire set up with their teammates. And as soon as they see that Heretics is coming in for the retake, they're opening the door, they're coming in from the back, or sorry, the other way. Fnatic Boaster coming in through the door in the back. As soon as they recognize that, boom, let's push in a waterfall. Let's ignore them. We already have this space. We know that it's going to be like one person out here. It's just Durka in between them, and they're able to punish them out. Yep.
This is really good calling. Very hard decisions very quickly in such pressure moments. That was actually a really nice adjustment. Yeah. Like seeing that. But this is when you get nervous, though, if you're a Fnatic fan, because this then potentially closes up the scoreline, right? If you're looking at the buy here, unless you're going to see an alpha round or, you know, something like that, a little Fnatic magic, you're imagining this goes 7-7.
Mm-hmm. And that's like a prime example why, even though you have the lead, like, a game can so quickly turn around. Absolutely. You need to make sure that you take everything that you can get, and you don't just get complacent. You're up, yeah, you're up 8-4, or you're close to like 7-4 or whatever. Losing those last 3 rounds in that half is just like, oh man. Like, imagine you got one more of those if the game gets close, and it's like a 13-11, for example. It's like, that could have been overtime for you. It could have been a lifeline.
I'll have to wait and see if they're going to be reeling. Now, again, this round, we're not imagining this goes any other way than Heretics. It would take quite a surprising outcome. But as it stands, looking at Heretics to min-max as well, their reward here.
Yep. Getting Thrash up as early as possible would be really good. He's already halfway there.
There we go, plants in. Gonna opt for post-plant towards tree. And Fnatic, even just to close that gap is quite difficult, really.
Cover going out.
See if they can get close enough. You can already see the utility port coming on in. Boaster, first one forward. Good little pick up for Rien's. Again, another step towards the ult here. Miniboo by his side. Between these two, those are the ults you want to be seeing come through early as well.
Let Gecko get it.
See if Rien's can claim any more. Durka and Alpha not really wanting to give any more away here. But Rien's, I mean, he'll stick around for it. Why not? Absolutely worth it.
And he gets the Ghost as well.
Yeah, so that's fine. Not the worst thing in the world. Nice try.
One off,
there
and
it is.
I think we're going to see Heretics going for that orb early on. It's possible that they decide to just run it down A, but they've been starting to gather that C orb at the start of the rounds. I wonder if Fnatic's going to take this read, realize that, you know, Rienz is one off of Thrash. Hey, he might go get the C orb. Let's set up a trap for it.
Yeah, that'd be lovely to see.
Let him get
Very
close,
good,
and we
very
use
good. We
Omen
are in
Flash, nade,
control
all
of
this stuff
this
to fight. Looks like they don't care, though.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Weber and Neil's looking happy. Rare occasion, smiles around. But yeah, I would have liked to see maybe a little bit more of a commitment to this. Maybe punish the early want for that ult orb, which looks like it is going to be very much in Heretics' hand. I don't think anyone's going to be able to go for it. No one's by door, no one's doing anything. Maybe assuming it was going to be that A attempt, but nope.
Just go
It's
straight
going
into C with it, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to clear through pretty diligently. Again, Minibu going to follow this one in.
Comes
Clear
back
sight.
down. Nope.
Actually opting to go through towards Waterfall and leaving it there. A little surprised on that.
Might not be able to recover that this round.
It doesn't look like it. Wingman on the way in. Gonna get that plant down. Don't think that can be denied, no. Shot's not gonna be able to get through the corner. Minibu took a lot of damage, but they're still in a 5v5 post plant. This needs to be so meticulous on the clear. Boaster has the utility, as does Leo, so they could make this a little bit more pressured. Boo gonna try and offset the timing through Waterfall, slow them down. A couple more seconds. Minibu willing to put his life on the line as well. It's Dirk to find Boo first. Minibu next to fall. Fnatic trying to carve their path back in. Rienz holding the line as best he can. For the post plant, I'm looking at a little bit of kit with Patitech. I don't know what he has for this. Maybe going to make it difficult. Yeah, he absolutely is. Spam on this one. Boaster connects it. Patitech goes down, and now we're down to the final couple of players. This is again, the Spike Diffuser got killed. Rienz gets the upgrade as well. Boaster's down low. He's taking the fight. The 1v1 Leo. The timing's so close! He doesn't get it!
Oh, you really hate to see that. You really do. I was like, in my head, creating this point about, oh, this is like the same way that Team Heretics was losing these rounds on attack side in Madrid, where it's like, they're in the post plant, cool, but what do you have left? You have an Omen flash, and then Gecko has like a flash, and that's it. They've used everything else to get onto the site, and there's only 2 players on the site and 3 outside. How are we gonna do this? Fnatic has everything still. And then it just comes down, and it's just, oh man. Well, Team Heretic swings into the lead, so Fnatic, yeah, this is why you need to just take every round you can get.
A couple of those mistakes could be coming back to really feel so weighted when they watch this back. A couple of moments maybe they could have done differently, but for now, they have Buckies. Are you a shotgun apologist? How do you feel
I am
about
a
this?
Killjoy Bucky enjoyer, especially the old like 2020, 2021
Yes.
Bucky. Oh man, with the right click, right in the sliver crack. Yeah.
In the what?
In the. You heard me.
I see. Makes perfect sense. I don't know who's with you ex-observers. Sliggy's a fiend for it as well. He can't get away from it. Loves it. Mostly the judge, but still. You're hoping for something here for Fnatic. It's been a quiet start to this half. Held on 7. Heretics not only closing the gap, but now taking the lead here.
One off Thrash again, though.
Bloody hell, that comes up quick, doesn't it? What's
Considering
that,
he, well, I mean, considering he used it, didn't he just use it last round, basically?
Yes.
Yeah, he's already.
I feel like you actually might be onto something about using your ults when you have
Yeah,
them.
just spam them.
Huh.
I think Heretics, they do a really good job of that. They rarely have it on cooldown for more than 1 round.
Yeah.
And then that way they get to use it multiple times and a half.
30 seconds left.
They got so many rounds left still.
I quite
He's
like
gonna
this
have a
though.
second.
Durka and Leo. Oh, okay. It was. I don't know if it's enough yet. I mean, I still quite like this pinch idea, but it's going to depend on one of these players really popping off because they had such light weaponry. I think there should be another upgrade for Alpha maybe around somewhere, I'm hoping. As it sounds, Leo got himself a Vandal.
Seconds left.
Yeah, there it is.
Spike
Okay, so
planted.
both at least have rifles. They do.
And light shields.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Rienzo does have his ult as well if they do feel as though they need to depend on it. Leo very close by, very quickly isolates Rienz. And once again, Leo takes matters into his own hands. What a round from him. Love that little push up from B coming out from Fnatic. I mean, maybe that crunch was a little bit too audacious from Heretics to try and slip through from door, but still beautiful work from Leo there.
And I wonder if Fnatic's going to kind of like use this momentum from this round. Leo has his ultimate now. He knows that, you know, is Gecko has Thrash. Are they going to go straight to a play here? Is it going to be straight to C? Are they going to set a C trap? I wonder what Fnatic's going to do for this read, because they can't do the same thing that they've been doing all the previous rounds. And it does look like they're going to change it up a little bit here. But it also looks like Heretics is going to change it up too. Maybe a fast play towards A.
Nice!
Chronicle getting a little hyped.
Here we go. Yeah,
Big
I want
round
to
from
see
Leo.
I want to see if they go for a gear shift here, a pace change potentially. So much viability with that with Heretics as well. Leo trying to tee this up early to get all that information. Doesn't quite get what he wants out of it, but the spam.
Early deep space towards C for the defenders as well.
Taking over towards Mound.
Oh yeah!
Gives him a little bit more info. Alpha's got to back away from this. They're going to clear through sight. That's going to... What? I don't know how he didn't get caught by that, but you know what? Dreams can come true. If you're not a Heretic fan, Alpha now gets to go back towards site. Dealt with by Boo, maybe a little overzealous on that. Didn't have to commit so hard, but the plant's now going to be in. Rien's, Benjifishy, and Boo trying to hold on to this in a 3v4. Still, Boaster has low to kit, so does Durka. Leo as well. It's going to be very difficult for them to hold. Plan mostly for Dorby. You can see the readjust, maybe toying with expectation here. Paranoia gets sent. That's not clean enough from Rien's. Benjifishy on the case, though. Did line up for him, but it's Durka and Chronicle to handle. Fnatic finding their footing here. Calming into this game now.
Back and forth, round by round. Both teams kind of getting in the heads of the other teams here a little bit, where they kind of like know they're like adapting for what they think's gonna happen, and it's a good adaptation, but then something else comes out, and it's just like it's not even one team that's making the right reads. It's like this team makes, you know, Fnatic makes a good read one round, and then Heretics makes a good read the next. So a little bit of a back and forth here.
It's broken the money. Heretics now down on the Sheriffs. 2 back-to-back was enough. Do still see the clock not moving.
Oh.
That's shocking behavior. I can't believe they've done that to you. They nerfed you.
Yeah.
That's wild. 8-9, Fnatic in the lead. We had a tech issue into a Heretics timeout, and now we go back in. Minu does have his ult, so there is a little bit of threat to this round if they see the potential to invest it. For now, though, on the other side, we do have the operator in the hands of Durka. Lots of pressure towards his C site. And speaking of the devil, there's the ult, Miniboo. Right off the rip, gonna try and take all that space away. Paranoia really not gonna be hindering too much here. Miniboo chomping at the bit to try and close that gap. Boaster's still back here. Mark gonna be coming in. A little bit of a connection, but he's got to be cautious now, Miniboo.
Wait a few more seconds. The ulti's gonna go.
Yeah, but Palitek's fallen. There it is. This is game back on. Miniboo gonna find one, but it's instantly traded out by Boaster. Brilliant work from him. Down to Rien's, Benjifishy, and Boo. Boo's still close to the site as well, trying to hold that corner here. No paranoia from Boaster to try and remove him from the position. Maybe a nano swarm from Alpha, but there's not much to try and...
Oh man, I've seen this before with Saucy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Boo. That's one with Rien's. Boaster there. Boaster's literally the one to try and do so much damage. Boo's still alive. How is he still alive, Boaster? You need to be a hero this round. He's found another, but time is against him. And Benjifishy is ice cold coming in for it. Just gives him a parting gift of a tag and puts him to bed. Heretics always a threat.
You love to hear that little thrifty at the end of the round there. Feel like it could have been a little bit better played by Fnatic there. Understanding that the Miniboo was going to be running in with the shock hands.
Shock hands.
Hitting them with the shocker. Just running in there, and you could just wait the time out a little bit, and I thought they were giving a little bit too many opportunities there for Miniboo to get a kill, get some space off of it. But Benjifishy doing what he does best in the end of the round, looking like a stone-cold Terminator.
Miniboo gonna pick up the pace again, still happy to challenge. Contact on both sides of the map now, keeping Fnatic on their toes here. Looks like Durka, Boaster, and Chronicle might actually commit behind this, get pushed up towards rubble. Palitek, the one to be put to test to keep this in check. Nice towards the spike though. It's Rien's and Benjifishy clearing through towards B. Fnatic sitting a lot deeper this time, excluding the 3-man team. Pushing up towards rubble. They're actually going pretty deep on this. It looks like they want to go further. Yeah, Palitek caught a little off guard there, to say the least. First time we've seen Fnatic kind of fact-finding that deep.
Heretics going across the map over towards C. They do have that Killjoy ulti in play. I don't think they're going to... if they save this for the post plant and time it right, they could swing this 4 versus 5. They did it on Icebox once already.
And here we go, Paranoia coming in. Miniboo, gap closing. Does he? Oh, he was thinking about the water. They just didn't expect him to be there. I almost thought he was going to get a second, but it's Rien's to eventually trade back in. But it's a bloody battle between all of them. And now it's Durka in a 1v2. There's that lockdown. The man's ice cold, but he's got to do so much here. And Benji Fishy, he's just the end of the line. You don't get past him right now. Heretics up to double digits, making it up to 10. Fnatic did find the first that round, but just couldn't keep up with that C pressure.
That was good pressure from Miniboo, getting really extended deep in there, being able to pick off that first one. He almost got a second one as well there. But I mean, these chaotic situations, I feel like when Heretics is all together, they do so well at playing off of each other, knowing when to peek, hitting those first shots. It's not like if anybody misses on any of those duels, then it's all over for them. But they're so good and so consistently hitting those shots, getting the kills within the first 3 bullets. Aggressive push here from Alphier.
I thought he had a little bit, I mean, he did have a second to work with, but Benji Fishy gets away with his life. Lucky boy.
They're gonna go back and re-clear this. They do have a Gecko Flash to work with, but they'd have to disrespect an Omen one way, and that might not be worth it against them too.
They're going to try and clear closer, Wingman. Stun comes in, Dizzy's there, Paranoid. I mean, Fnatic did just burn up a lot of their utility, which is pretty good, honestly, considering what their purchase is.
Mega worth. And they still have the rocket here from Raze as well, so if Team Heretics decides that they want to commit into C here after pushing them back, it could be really dangerous for them. Reclear sees nothing.
This is scary now, though. You got 45 seconds. They're toying with expectation, and you can see. I like what Alpha's doing.
I think they're gonna pump towards B, open the door, go C.
But maybe this could be a genuine moment for Alpha here if he. Oh, he's pushing.
No, he's yeah.
I mean, I thought he was on for the other, but only one. Quite telling now. But with 27 seconds, they still need to get towards his side. They do have the ult from
Use
Gecko.
it, yeah, perfect.
They want to make sure they get in, but they're gonna have to go against this. Chronicle. Oh.
Just dodges it.
He doesn't get caught.
Wait,
and
don't Molly, you give away your position.
Oh dear, 10 seconds though, we're down to the wire. And it's Leo with the heroics, but he can't do enough. Again, the end of the line, the last man standing. That they can't seem to clear is Benji Fishy. They got so close again.
Yeah, this is tough for these guys. It's just like, when you get to this point in the game, you're just like, you do so many things right, but then like this one little mistake comes and turns everything around on its head. I feel like they could be playing these situations a little bit better. I feel like they have the right idea.
They have a lot of kit to bring into this one.
I feel like I've seen Heretics do this before, where the Omen's gonna TP somewhere into the back hole areas up here. I wonder if we're going to see that happening on this round here to create a little bit of pressure, pull a rotation. Aggressive C push here. This would be a perfect opportunity to do it. Make Fnatic freak out a little bit, but Leo's in position to stop it anyways. Hard read blocking it.
Yep. What do they do now? This is so uncomfy.
Working their way towards B. But they're not going to end there. There's no way. They have the Omen outside C. Viper holding the A lobby control. They're going to go through the door. They're going to... Oh, this is perfect. Omen Flash is going to come as well.
Oh,
he lives?
Boo's alive. Leo, oh, the hero of the hour. Leo still trying to do work here. Miniboo cuts him off with Chronicle, though. Now B looks open. They know that there was still Boast around. The Dirk has been around. They know there was presence towards C-Mount, so they quickly pivot. They are off to that A site as fast as they can, but look who's on their heels. Dirk is trying to flank this as well. Still with utility there, I'm curious if he's going to get any sort of issue on it. I don't think so, no. All good. He gets to go through. Benji Fishy fell way earlier on. Lockdown going to come in, trying to buy a couple of seconds here. Alpha can't, he absolutely can punish the cross, but the plant's right under his nose. He has no idea about this, but Boaster comes around in time, and Fnatic claw their way back into that round.
That was a really good end of the round there from Fnatic. Honestly, I don't hate the idea from Heretics. They realized Fnatic was pushed out into C-Mount area. They were really aggressive. They're going to cut through B. They're going to open the door. They're going to go for that flank. But it's just, it's dealt with so well by Fnatic there. Dirk popping the rocket, getting aggressive. Somehow it didn't connect, but was able to go through. And then up here, Althea with the Odin, obviously, and the Flood from the rest of the team. Suffocating Fnatic.
Starting to see some of those very key kills from Leo as well. One of those players that can be, I don't say unsung, no one on Fnatic is an unsung hero. They're Fnatic, everyone loves them. But Leo's quality of his kills those two he got there, catch him on the door, keeping the likes of Durka, keeping Boaster safe was huge for them as well. Love to see that starting to hit here, but 11-10, Heretics still in the lead, but starting to feel the pinch on the purse. Already just a sheriff out for Benji Fishy. The rest still able to get the rifles in. Only one ult to depend upon, and that's Booze. Not exactly a critical one to bank on, potentially. Can't really set around in motion here. Leo with his Boaster as well. Similar scenes. Well, speaking of, let's see what he can get for it.
Hello.
Not much.
This Fade ulti could be crucial and pivotal.
Okay, that's the shutdown. Benji Fishy did get himself a rifle here, though. Yeah, well, let's see what you got, because I'm a little scared, because Booze managed to slip the net. So if Benji Fishy can back away enough or fall away far enough that he gets away with his life, no, Chronicle knew what he was up to. Now Boo's position loses all of that potential.
I love the idea. If that kill came in from Benji, who's getting one?
30 seconds left.
Still such a tall order. I don't think he's going to be able to pull this off.
But Chronicle's low. The Prowler didn't hit, so either Leo
20 seconds, no spike.
Leo, good repositions. Filthy. They're waiting for him. And as you were saying, no spike to hand, so it would have had to have been so, I mean, idyllic at that point that everything lined up for him. But still, 11-11, money just about starting to break for Heretics. This is the swing back in from Fnatic. The final hour.
Right here, this kill that Chronicle got on Benji, it was so important because what they were doing, they were setting up a play where they were going to break the door, they were going to fake like they're going towards B, they already smoked towards Heaven, it was going to pull the rotation from A, and Boo was in a position to catch a rotator, and then maybe from that moment, they are able to turn it around. But Benji going down eliminates that potential.
Okay. 11-11. Fnatic with the purchase in hand. Looking like 12 is highly likely here. No ultimates for Heretics either. Leo has his. Again, this mound control by C looking like a high priority for Fnatic, but I've got to be cautious in this. There is some danger waiting on the other side. Pressure on both sides of the map, really. All going to get broken, but it's going to be this exploratory mission. Look who's waiting. That's a rifle.
That's it.
Boast gonna back away from this, I'm pretty sure. Does he want to police the weapon? Or does he want to play for safety? They're coming back this way.
He's trying to hold that weapon. He's got his flash still.
And Smoke's back off cooldown too, but this is scary to me. This is a lot on Boaster. No one else is nearby. Dizzy's going to get sent through this smoke here. Yeah, okay, fall back. For a rotation.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. They're basically going to have to commit towards the C side. Here comes a big rotation through CT.
Wait, he's committing in though. Oh, that's a bold approach from Boaster, and it pays off. 2 big kills, and Heretics lose out on their numbers. Benji Fishy with a rifle, as does Boo, but it doesn't really matter because not many are standing. Benji Fishy finally goes down. It's on re-ends in a 1v2. Not impossible, just kind of improbable. Creeping back up here. Having a look around, forced out of the angle, crept a little closer.
So smart.
So well played, so talented at what he does there. Getting them up to 12 in a thrifty round as well. I mean, that's devastating for Fnatic.
So smart that he doesn't shoot the Killjoy Molly. He takes the tick of it, runs through it, and gets them in the back. Oh my god, that was so smart. But I love Boaster. Right there, it's just like, it reminds me of the scene from The Matrix where they're like, what is he doing? He's beginning to believe. He's just there, just manning up, just sitting there trying to fight. Getting really hyped there, yeah.
What the hell? Okay. 12-11. I still can't believe the Heretics just won that round. They had sheriffs and very little to work with, and maybe Durka going, fact-finding that deep. I don't know. It's so easy to look back, but at this point, Fnatic now under the gun. They still have a purchase here. They still have Chronicle's ult. They still have a little bit of utility as well to play with. They're in an okay position. They're not coming in lacking too much. But on the other side, lockdown for Benji Fishy. Massive! Finding Benji Fishy there. That's the ult removed. Rienz has his, and they're creeping close to site though, but they've got to know it. And look at this cross being watched out for! just holds it down. Looking like
Hold
OT is
one.
on the cards. Boo now in a 1v4. Oh dear. Yeah, this is unpleasant. You can feel the pressure. Alpha answers back in kind with a bit of magic of his own. We're going OT.
Remember what we talked about earlier? You want to take every round you can get, because Fnatic now have to play out overtime instead of being on a 13-11. But we got a game in our hands, so there's something positive to look at.
Yeah, it's starting to look like way more competitive between these two. A little bit of swings and roundabouts, it feels like. One team kind of goes on the upward trajectory, the other, has to figure it out. But again, I'll take that. I'll take a competitive game between these two. Map 1 just felt, I want to forget about map 1. This is way more exciting. 12 apiece here. Bloody hell, this is scary times. Fnatic going to start off on the attack, which of course means Heretics on the defending side. Again, we saw this finding lots of value early on, but pacey. And they're willing to challenge. Boaster's blind, and now Durka got to be cautious. No. They're just spraying and praying, and Boo's not connecting. What is going on? It's Durka to find Mini Boo. Rien's on the trade. Boo! He carries on! Heretics doubling, tripling down on this fight. They do not want to back away. But Leo and Alpha, the two heroes from regular time, are still alive, and they've got another Boo. Beautiful work. Gets away with his life. As Alpha trying to pick up the pieces. Again, the wonder kid, the young talent
Alarm bot out.
that all of us couldn't stop speaking about a couple seasons ago. What can you do for us now? The guy's gifted, but he's got Benji Fishy and Padatek to get past. How does he play the timing on this? 2 away from his lockdown. He actually might be able to get it here if he opted for it, but he went for the shot first. Gives away the game. 2 players just around the corner. He wants this.
Players locked down as soon as he gets the plant, but he's going into both of them.
Is he going to continue towards
30
it? He can
seconds
still
left.
pivot.
Alarm bot down and spawn there.
Benji Fishy cutting off his roots, and they're already on the side. Benji Fishy, better angle, better shot. But talk to me about that brawl, because that was just who backs away first.
I mean, it's a perfect example of Heretics just thriving in the chaos. Whenever they're able to create those chaotic situations where it's like a team fight, full team fight versus team fight, they do so well in those situations, just being able to pick up those kills. And then great communication here too. As we see Boo peeking out and killing Leo here, what had actually happened is he's trying to get away. He's asking for the Viper Wall to come up so he can teleport across the wall, but the Viper Wall can't come up yet.
That's so good. I need that sign.
Well, I think this is like prime for Heretics to close out right now, because it was their defense that struggled. They got their first round their defense.
Yeah.
This is like the moment for them to be able to close out right here.
Okay.
Placing swamp grenade.
Spam on the other side. This 2-man stack again towards Mound. I do wonder if Heretics have maybe come up with a concept towards this. It does look like Fnatic are kind of cheating Leo over early as well towards C. Even that B site solely in the hands of Chronicle.
Last time we saw this, we saw 2 players go all the way into blue. And then the reaction to extend into Waterfall.
Looks quite similar. Not exactly the same. Adjustments are there. Chronicle kept at bay. Boaster not ready yet. Going to commit to the spray through the box. Going to clear that out. Smoke in to try and cut off the 2 players who are sitting a little bit deeper. Must be Benji Fishy. Cut off, as is Padatek. But no one wants to make that first step just yet. Durka, the brave man, to walk forward.
Molly lineups for Padatek, I think, though.
See what he's got. See if he can buy that time. Rienz gets cleared. Boaster, great clear towards that. First step towards the site. But we've got to see if those lineups are working, and it looked like it is. They're going to make this difficult. Benji Fishy needs to keep him safe. Miniboo, the only one to answer back. Boaster absolutely popping off here, but the spike is still the problem. How do they deal with this? Is there more? Is there more to this? They've got it off.
But wait, there's more.
He's going to take down Chronicle. There has to be more to this.
You have to break it. You have to break it.
Is there no swarm? I don't think they can deny it. Wait! No, they got it. They just about got it. Bloody hell, that was very close.
Switching sides.
That was
Overtime.
like, oh man, like, if you're Heretics, I don't even know if you could be like upset about that. That was so close.
Second away. If that nanoswarm landed like a little bit sooner.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, they were so quick on the lineups too. It's not like they kind of like faffed about there. It was just like, boom, you're done. Okay, move. I'm doing this, and line it up. It was like flick shot. Yeah, it was Jesus.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, but I think all right, let's. Do they think it's a coin flip? Do they try something different? Then you assume that Heretics assume that they're going to go for something different? It's that such a weird game to try and figure out now.
Super deep mind games. This is the second time that Fnatic's using the Odin spam on A as a fake to be able to move and posture towards C. It's looking like it's working really well. Killjoy's off the site. There's nobody in between.
Much pacier.
I can see, yeah.
They're clearing this way quicker. Wait and see if they actually go for it. I assume they will. They've committed so far, and they are. Duck are going to get through towards the top box, have a little bit of a clear, sees nothing.
Oh,
Riens.
swing.
Wait, that's a big issue. Bosa's gone down, and the spike doesn't get planted. They didn't expect Riens to commit to that. And now there's problems. They have to re-clear this, right? There's a stack of players towards CT, though. Minibu going to find Alpha, just take them down one by one. Durka can't really do much from that box here. Fnatic starting to fall like flies. Leo down to 17. They need Durka to save them here. They need a bailout moment, and Boo's not allowing it. Durka the only one to really draw blood. And Fnatic falling flat in OT. Heretics gifted around here, and they'll be taking it with both hands. What can Durka do? One left, one right, it doesn't matter. Benji Fishy there, and again, a problem for another day potentially, but that was not a good look there from Fnatic.
Yeah, Boaster going down before he's able to get the spike planted there is, it's so tough. There's no one to protect him, no smoke to protect him, no utility to kind of like zone them out of spawn. And then the spike's down on the site, nobody can get there to recover it. And Heretics move in together. We see a lineup, like if someone peeks up the ramp there, up the stairs, they're able to line 3 of them up. Obviously, no one's there to do it. It's just like, it's just a testament to how well they move together. And when they decide it's go time, they go. It's like a SWAT team moving in.
And now we go back to what we've become a little bit more aware of. It's two-man play, this time looking to be punished. Oh dear, Minibu just punishing on the other side. Dirk has fallen and C looks vulnerable. 3 players to try and keep Fnatic in this matchup. Chronicle, Leo, and Alpha. Minibu, Riens, Benji Fishy, and Patatek on the other side. They're taking an active fight on CT, but it's a safe plant. And look at the moves. This is now going to be Chronicle trying to close in. It has at least thwarted the plant. Perfect reposition. Chronicle finds an angle to punish Riens. Maybe they're not out of the woods just yet. Heretics held as they are. Not feeling comfortable to plant. A pause for thought. Positions revealed. They know where all 3 players are. For 50 seconds, though, do they continue along this path? Alpha gonna make that plant near on impossible. There's gonna be Patatek to go for it. Gonna make sure he gets that down, and he does. Sticks around in position. Chronicle getting close. This is on a knife's edge. Just Minibu to draw blood first. Chronicle goes down. Leo on the trade back out. Minibu and Patatek trying to hold this one together. Leo and Alpha desperate to get back on this site. 6 bullets for Minibu is all he's got. Oh, they're slipping down together. It's gonna be Minibu, potentially. 6 bullets to his name, 2 targets to find. Now down to 5, 6 HP's fallen. It's all on Patatek in a 1v2. Oh, and he's not got it, it's Alpha again! Keeping Fnatic alive, giving them hope. 2 of the most clutch players here. Keeping Fnatic breathing, we go again.
So clutch from Fnatic there. Looking very sketchy early on, but trading it out. Leo getting a big pick there. Oh man, stalling that plant, that tether plus the Viper Molly. Stalling the plant out was like literally the make or break there in that round. Without that spike planted, there was no option for Team Heretics there.
Oh man, what a game we're getting between this. As soon as you think like, oh, Heretics have done enough, absolutely not. Fnatic find this like next layer to go to, and then they set the bar. This is exactly what you'd want between these 2 heavy-hitting teams. And keep in mind, eventually Fnatic's experience surely kicks into gear, right? They've been in these positions before. Tough scenarios. Fnatic looking very simplistic in approach this time. Maybe looking to fix the problems from past rounds. Remember before, Boaster got left very alone in this, but it looks like Heretics want to stick around and fight. They're not going to sit away from this one. Durka trying to close on in. Patatek vulnerable, but it's going to be Benji Fishy behind the lines. Minibu goes down as well. It's going to be Fnatic winning out on the side until then. Down to Boo in a 1v2, and look who's left alive. It's Leo and Alpha again. Flipping the script though this time around. Boo's a mile away.
It was such a clean entry too. The Omen Flash getting 2 of the players on the site. The Raze satchels in, undetected because of it. Catches 2 in the back. Opens the site up.
And they're just
slow
waiting.
down,
Yeah, just letting him
simmer.
Sit in this. Thinking, okay, are they off to A? Why are they waiting so long? Are they still here? We don't know. He can't really check. Now he's going to hear this utility, right? He knows. Now
Not
Leo's
spawn.
on 36 HP. Alpha's got 54. There's 30
I
seconds.
got the spike.
Safe plan.
Yeah,
30
should
seconds
be,
left.
Should be, should be safe. 2 smokes, Boo.
Spike
TP
planted.
and Paranoia. How do you divide and conquer 2 of these players?
Alarm
Leo
bot's
and
on
Alpha.
the spike though.
So he's not going to be able to slip too far ahead. So he gets to close this gap, slowly creeping in. Looks like Leo might get that first glimpse here. Surely, yeah, there it is. Paranoia going to be sent to the player he knows. He's got to look for Alpha during this time, and he's not found him yet. And Alpha remains unchecked on, and there it is. Trigger pulled, Fnatic take the lead. You should run.
Very well played there by Fnatic in the end. Realizing 2 versus 1. We don't want to get anybody caught. There's too many angles here. Waterfall, spawn. We got to go together, but we don't want to line up in the side. Let's wait for the fade eye to come off cooldown, use it to clear out spawn. We can double clear waterfall together, get the spike. Step by step, no steps skipped.
Yes! Come
Now
on!
Fnatic, again with a chance
Let's go,
to
brother.
close it out.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go,
Little
bro.
duo, this little duo between them, Leo and Alpha, so clutch. But Fnatic need the most, but not done yet. Heretics still in this one. Can they close back this gap, though? 4 players from Fnatic are on this side, though. If they keep going this way, that's an uphill battle and a half. Durka chomping at the bit. Not too much revealed, but that
Big
main
trap.
shell. Yeah, that's a problem. Fnatic with a death grip on Heretics here. Boo answers back, but is there any more where that came from? 3 players by the door going to be forced away here. Oh, what? Boaster gets punished through the box. And they've evened it. They're back to a 3v3.
Just when you thought Fnatic is in the, just able, in arm's reach of closing this out.
Dirk is down low. He's on 30. No Leo this time to offset Alpha. Smoke with Boo. Turret still in play. I think Wingman's still, yeah, Wingman's still there for Rienz. They're playing 2 on the side. Durka, Chronicle.
Toxins going up.
Timing on this is everything. 30 seconds
30
now.
seconds left.
Smoke goes up. More stall, 20 seconds.
I know Viper's in the back of the site here.
That was the last bit of util from Chronicle, so it's gun in hand now. You can already see Alpha drifting closer. They've got to go now. 10 seconds. Time to go. Chronicle doesn't get it cleanly, but Durka does. That's huge. Boo, though, desperate for this. Look at what he is doing here. If he has to do it himself, he will, but Alpha has been the hero. He has been the clutch player for Fnatic. But who wins this one out? Boo with the ace or Alpha with the long-term heroics? And around the world we go. Alpha toying with Boo here, trying to get into his head. Boo's
Wow,
got
this
TP.
is...
There's so many ways he can play this one out here.
He's gonna play for the spam through the box on the tap.
No barrel seed! Boo! Gets an ace in OT! Alpha this time gets broken, and we go again.
Man, Boaster must be kicking himself there, getting caught on that spam map. They had that 2-man advantage. They had the tether, the nade, as soon as they used the eye and they realized Heretics was committed out into a lobby. Let's do the tether nade combo. Boom, we get our kills. Let's get out of here. Nope, it gets traded down to a 3 versus 3. From that 3 versus 3, oh man, it's just like anyone's game from there. And then
The Iceman!
Boo the Iceman.
Yeah, I mean, we can
thinks
work on it.
Maverick?
We can work on it, but Miniboo gonna pick up where the big bro left off, taking down Durka. Boaster trying to spam for his life, praying someone helps him out, and Chronicle does. Boo gets removed, but Rien's on the case, and this man is sharp, mechanically so clean with it. Gonna back away, though. Doesn't want to outstay, doesn't want to allow for a 3v3, keep the man advantage. They've done great deals of damage to Fnatic now. Boaster down to 30, Chronicle and Leo still alive, but again, they're gonna have to try and navigate this space with far less than before.
If Boo is Iceman, Mini Boo has to be Maverick, right?
Yes. But Boaster is barely alive. 1 HP, just gonna get that back up here. Didn't get caught by any spam, but this is so precarious. It's on Chronicle, really. He has to do something beyond
Good read.
expectation, right? There has to be a bailout on this one from one of these players. And it can't really be Boaster here.
Fake the pressure towards B, pull them off of A.
This works.
See if this is what
This is what they wanted to do
Yeah.
before, right? There was a
Yeah.
moment like, oh,
Gotta hit those.
and that's it. That might just be the round. I mean, Leo's damn good in these situations, but by now it feels red, right? These were a similar situation we saw being tried to be worked out before. Could get a plant though, at least get the time on their side, but it's still a 2v4. Boaster is not sitting well on HP here. It needs someone to find, I don't know, a moment of magic here, and Boaster's gone down.
One enemy
Leo,
remaining.
this is on you. Can he be the one? This is so much to ask for though, otherwise Heretics just take that lead right back. If anyone could do it, it could be Leo. But that shot was not clean enough. That one was, finds Miniboo, but they stay together. They fight as three. Diffuse gonna come in, and Heretics taking back the lead here.
Great protocols there from Team Heretics in that 4 versus 3 even, and then finding that kill onto Chronicle. Just the way that they move off the site together. You can go into the site, you can plant, because when you do that, you show your hand. If we just sit around on A site trying to defend it, stopping you from planting, then we might lose players, and it might come down to a favorable situation for you. But if we force you onto the site, you plant, you clear out the site using your abilities, you have nothing left, we move in together, you've got nothing else, you've got nowhere to go, we've locked you in. It's done.
Is it done now? Look at that scoreboard. It's looking like a CS game at this point, 16-15. It's getting silly out here, and I love it. Glad to see these two have a real map between each other. Heretics gonna keep moving forward though, on the attack now. That same double stack towards Mound, not there this time, so a big adjustment from Fnatic.
Really passive defensive setup towards C. Molly's to stall the plant. Fade coming in with a tether available in case it is a C hit. The one-way coming for C after the attackers got the control is...
I got you.
Just don't know about that. It's one less smoke that they have for defense towards B, towards C, main entrance.
This is sketchy though. Look at the amount of players here for Fnatic. Heretics aren't on the money. Maybe feeling that. Maybe not liking something they felt at B there. Looks like they are drifting back towards C, but again, this deeper positioning of utility, this deeper play from Alpha, it's gonna be very hard to clear at this point.
You could see how Durka, he's been punished before by pushing through. He got killed by a Thrifty. He's afraid to push through on that at B. They lose the info.
Here we
Move
go,
it towards A, but it's C.
30 seconds left.
28 seconds, but they've got to clear that utility on the site, and Alpha can be a real nuisance to try and deal with. Slowing the roll and slowing any support system coming in from Waterfall with all of that kit coming out from Rienz. They've got a plant, but it is going to be a 5v5 retake. Got a little bit of kit left on Miniboo, not a great deal. A little bit on Patatek, it's not masses, but on the other side, Boaster still has Paranoia. Leo's still got that tether. He's still got a paint shell with Durka. That's been sent now. It's going to be game time. Paranoia, the last piece to be thrown into the mix is Patatek to find Durka. They've got to start moving. Rienz, what a moment for him. Still punishing Fnatic here. Leo and Chronicle, the last two alive. Heretics on the verge here of doing so much heartbreak to these Fnatic fans and Fnatic themselves. Leo tries to clear left, and he does. Benji Fishy goes down. Shorty comes out. He's got to find some more, and he can't do it. Chronicle falls, and Heretics finally break the trend. Besting Fnatic on Lotus, smashing them